All right, joining us now, we have Chris Larson. He's the former UAW Local 74 president, local there in Iowa, and worked at John Deere for 19 years. Great to have you, Chris.
Good to see you, Chris.
Hey, thank you, and thanks for having me on your show.
Absolutely. Oh, it's our pleasure. Thanks for taking the time. So just give us an update. What's going on with the strike this morning, and what were the key issues that forced you all out on the picket lines?
Okay, so, we're manning the picket line 24/7. Our negotiating team went back up to Moline, Illinois yesterday to make themselves available for negotiations. It's to my understanding that Deere did meet with them. Other than that, I have no details further from that. The tentative agreement that was brought back to us and then we voted down by 90% on October 4th. There were several problems. As you might know, since 1997, we've been tiered. Anybody hired after 1 October of 1997 came in with a substantial less wage, no post-retirement health care, KIP factors on our incentive plan that were lower, and many other things. And a pension plan that was a third to half of what our predecessors were. And then after 25 years of concessionary contracts, we finally have an environment that's ready for us, and the ball's in our court, and we know it. And part of what drives that, we see that Deere and Company's been experiencing record profits. Their third quarter reportings exceed their record profit year of 2013. They're projected to make between $5.7 and $5.9 billion this year. As you probably know, CEO John May, the board seemed fit to give him 160% pay increase. And also, Deere rewarded their investors in August with a 17% dividend hike in a concerted effort to, increase wealth within their shareholders. And what we see with that contract or the tentative agreement that was brought back is not fair. It's not equitable. And, we're ready to make a stand.
Chris, why is it important to you, maybe even some of the older members, to fight against the tier system and the continuation of, if you guys are taken care of, why is it important for, older members or people who have better benefits to fight for people who have lesser and which John Deere may be trying to take advantage of?
That's a great question. Look, we've had 25 years of being in the tier system. It's left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. And for me, when I seen the tentative agreement, the non-starter from the beginning, even before we talk about wages, is the fact that Deere is, determined to maintain a lower paid workforce. And we can see that when they offered no secure defined pension to new hires after 1 November of 2021. Just a 401k match. I personally feel, and I think a lot of others do, that we don't want our retirement benefits turned into a Wall Street speculation portfolio.
Mm-hmm. We've covered here how they're one of the tactics they're using to try to break the strike is they've brought in salaried workers to try to do the jobs that you all were doing. How is that going?
Well, I can't speak to that. I'd love to be a fly on the wall in there, but that is true. They do have some salaried employees in there working. What they're doing, I don't know. It would seem a pretty far stretch to think that they would be capable of doing any sort of production at all. Maybe they're just taking inventory. I'm not real sure. Mm-hmm. There have been a few loaded trucks that go out that have equipment on it. But that's machinery that was built before we went on strike.
Yeah, and Chris, something we've been trying to cover here is why now? Why is it that so many people are rising up right now either to quit their job for a better wage or unions who are going out on strike, demanding better from these companies? Why now? After John Deere did have a record year, but they've been doing well for a time. Why is this moment the right one to stand up?
Well, I think what you're seeing is the rebirth of the American labor movement. And there's several factors that kind of went into that. I think the one silver lining in the pandemic is that, it created part shortages and supply issues. to put Deere behind on production. And it's made it, harder for businesses. And we see that the cheap labor bubble is finally busting, which is a good thing. Workers are demanding more. They're not wanting to go out and work for peanuts.
Right.
And, it's time that, workers are saying it's time to distribute the wealth a little more evenly.
Mm-hmm.
What type of solidarity have you seen within the communities there?
I tell you, Krystal, the solidarity, the outpouring of support in this community has been absolutely amazing and overwhelming. We can't even keep track of all the different businesses that have donated food, water, supplies, people from the community. As we stand out there on the picket line, it's constant honking, solidarity fists out the window, and the community is behind us. And I think a lot of the, even the farmers that buy the equipment are behind us. And we have to see, how long can John Deere not produce? There's a big demand for agriculture implements right now because the corn prices are up, the soybean prices are up. So the ag market's really strong. Farmers are harvesting their crops. That's when they get paid. And that's when they're looking to buy, tractors and combines and balers and things of that nature.
Wow.
What type of political support have you received? And do you have an expectation of political support? Is that something you want to see?
Yeah, obviously, we want all the support we can get. We've had several, politicians and candidates come down and walk on the line with us. Bernie Sanders called me last Friday and asked, how he could be of support. And he bought picketers here at UAW Local 74 a pizza Saturday for lunch. And also sent down his videographer to help us make some videos to push out and get our message out. But yeah, we've had several people come down and walk the line with us, and we appreciate it very much.
One of the things that we've talked a little bit about here, Chris, there's a lot that we find inspiring about what you and your brothers and sisters there are doing, but we also find the example inspiring that I'm sure you have people from a range of political views and perspectives, supported different candidates, et cetera. And it's kind of rare, sadly, that you see in the media that example of people from all different backgrounds and political ideologies coming together in this way to fight for something. And I was wondering if you could just speak to that concept of solidarity and the way that has played out in this strike in particular.
That's one of the most remarkable things I see coming out of this is the display of solidarity. Our membership is very divided on political lines. It depends on what type of corporate media you prescribe to. But we do, we are all together. Everybody's setting their differences aside, coming together as one. My hope is that once the dust settles, people can be reflective and, see who showed up and who was with us.
Well, we're 100% with you, Chris, so we really appreciate you joining us. Thank you.
Yeah, and last thing, Chris, if people want to support you and the other strikers, where can they go?
Well, that's a little bit of an issue. Here specifically, we have Fairway Food Stores giving us food at cost to supply our strike kitchen. If anybody's in the Ottumwa area, they can go to Fairway and make a donation to the UAW Local Strike Fund. And we can receive money that way. I will say I'd like to give a shout out to a group that I'm very proud of being part of, and that's United Auto Workers for Democracy. And we're trying to reform our union. They started a GoFundMe a few days ago and raised like $45,000 almost before they shut it off. So, right now we have so much food, we have so much water, different things that the people have brought in. But if you really want to help and you want to support, and if you're near John Deere facility, join us on the picket line, and that would be a great way to show your solidarity with us.
Awesome.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Good luck out there. Keep us updated. We're really grateful for your time.
Thanks, Chris.
Thank you very much.
Our pleasure.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We really appreciate it. We just can't thank you guys enough for supporting the show. It gives us life, the ability, you could listen to what Chris says. That's how we have the ability to elevate stories like his, to cover the stuff that needs to be done, to actually look at, Starbucks and Amazon and really what's happening here, and to try and have a better conversation. So if you can support us, it really means a lot. We've been being screwed around both by YouTube for, quite a bit. Now, the only reason it doesn't matter is because of your support. So the link is down there in the description if you can become a premium member today. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, and I also want to thank you guys for the way that you've supported some of the guests and outlets that we've brought on as well. We hear from them that, when they come on, they see that they're able to continue their Substack. They see that there's funds coming into their strike fund. So can't thank you guys enough for the support that you've shown to the entire Breaking Points community. We love you guys. Have a great day, and we'll see you back here for a full show on Thursday.
See you Thursday.
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching.
That's right. Just as a reminder, you can become a premium subscriber today. Watch the full show completely uncut, our reactions to each other's monologues. You get to listen to it. You get to ask us questions, all that good stuff. Link is right there in the description or at breakingpoints.com.
Best of all, great way to say screw you to the mainstream media.